13 promising lives, all gone behind the hands of one woman. Hello, and thank you for watching another episode of The Urban Crime. Like, share, and comment your thoughts below. In Atlanta, they called her Mrs. Bluebird. A smiling wife, a mother, a caretaker, but everywhere she went, death followed. Behind the smile of Roberta Elder was something far darker. She was Atlanta's first Black Widow serial killer. Roberta Brown was born in 1910, deep in South Georgia. As a teenager, she married Willie Thurmond, had 3 children, and lived a normal life. But tragedy struck the striving young family fast. Her 2 baby girls, Willie Mae and Lily Mae, both died before they were even a month old. This would cause a void in her relationship, and soon after, Roberta and her husband split. Years later, Roberta married a new man, named John Woodward. In 1938, John would suddenly fall ill after coming home from work and eating dinner. The man would suffer for 3 long days before he would tragically pass away. Less than a year later, Roberta's only surviving son, 13-year-old James Willie, also died suddenly in her care, and no one could explain it or questioned her. After her son's death, Roberta moved on with her life like nothing had ever happened. She would go on to marry James Garfield Crane, and this is when things would get strange. James had a granddaughter named Jimmy Lee, whom Roberta would sometimes care for. Within 2 years, the baby girl Jimmy was gone. Within months, Roberta's younger cousin and her own mother would all somehow end up deceased. And in 1947, her husband Crane died of what doctors called food poisoning. And still, no one connected the dots to her. Each death seemed like bad luck. A tragic illness, a weak heart, or pneumonia. Then came Reverend William Elder, a preacher with 5 children. In 1950, his wife died suddenly in Roberta's care, and to make things even worse, Roberta married him shortly after her death and moved in with the family and children. Shortly after moving in with the family, Elder's children would suddenly begin to die, with 9-year-old Fannie Mae and 15-year-old Ann Pearl being her first 2 victims. By the end of 1951, even a 93-year-old neighbor who trusted Roberta with her life was also dead. And then in August 1952, the Reverend himself would collapse and die hours later after eating bananas and cheese Roberta packed for him. And that's when investigators would finally begin to notice something strange. Every victim had one thing in common.